I asked high school students their biggest college questions. Then I interviewed college students to get those answers. They might surprise you. This video has taken months to make. I really hope you enjoy. What part of your college experience has been different than you expected?
I honestly have found that everything anybody told me about college was not true.
Really?
Yeah, like nothing I ever heard about college I felt was accurate.
It's just not like what like movies and TV shows kind of make it out of it. You're not like ragers every weekend. Like it's not like
every other
not
weekend.
like that. Yes. It's just been really boring.
Really? Okay.
I mean, I haven't gone to like a single party.
If you're a full-time student, it's really easy.
When you say like, oh, I'm taking so many hours in college, I was thinking, oh my gosh, that's all the hours you have to do in an entire week. Like you're gonna have so much free time. And everyone talks about homework. I didn't really understand that in college, homework is an entirely different beast.
Do you think that high school prepared you for college?
Socially, no. You know how like they say this won't fly in college.
In college, they're not gonna be this lenient on you.
Professors don't care.
I don't really think so. I mean, I learned some things in high school that were useful, but I don't think I could say it prepared me for college.
I think it tried its best.
It tried its best.
It tried its best.
I was more than prepared academically for college. Socially, I was less prepared, and I think part of that was going to a smaller private school.
I didn't learn study habits in high school. I think that's the only thing I would really say would prepare you.
Do you have any tips on managing stress?
Just like putting headphones in and disassociating is a big one for me.
Okay.
Because I'm such an introvert, I take time for myself, and I like play video games or just spend time at home or go back to home and spend time with family.
I actually started like meditation.
Okay.
So I like,
How's that going?
It's good. I do that like before bed, and it really helps me just kind of like get all the thoughts just out of my brain.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people like to sugarcoat it, but like really there's a point where you just have to buckle down and do stuff. You have to get your stuff done eventually, so you might as well like write a little list of the things you need to do, and then you need to buckle down and do it.
College in general doesn't. Programming does.
Okay.
I think programming stresses pretty much every programmer out. And it's more of an existential dread. There have been multiple times for programming assignments where I've sat at my computer just screaming at whoever is around me to answer the dumbest questions. Like when he says, create this, does he mean he wants this box in this corner or this corner of the screen?
Right.
And it's like, why is English such an open language?
Alcohol. Do not do alcohol to manage stress because it will make it way worse. I have a lot of friends who did that, and they pretty much just like dropped off the face of the earth. Again, having good people around you, that's like the other thing, reach out of your shell. If you have good people around you, you're just able to like kind of bounce off of each other. If you're both working really hard, and especially if you have like a group that works together really well, that takes a lot of the pressure off. It's like you're less likely to become lazy in a group.
What do you wish you had known before starting college?
I would have liked someone to tell high school me that college actually is a lot better than high school as an overall experience.
I was gonna make friends like you. Going into college, I was like, heck in, oh yeah, I may make like a few friends, and like I probably won't end up hanging out with them a lot. And there's like you and Hayden. We spend a lot of time together. Like a lot of time together. Like my girlfriend is jealous of you boys.
How many people will go in and out of your life in the 4 years too? Not just like your first week, but just like in and out, people you sit next to in a gen ed class.
Right.
You're not gonna talk to them again after that. At least I'm not.
How like kind of chill the professors are. Some of them are. It really depends, but a lot of professors, you realize they're just people too. They're not like teachers who like live under their desk and like, you know, if you see them in Walmart, you're like, like professors, sometimes when you see them in public, they'll actually talk to you.
It takes a little bit more like self-esteem and like self-confidence to be in college than it does in high school. When you go up and talk to people, like you have to be very confident about it. You have to be very willing to get out of your comfort zone, and everybody says that. You don't really know what it means until like you're in the situation.
There are gonna be a lot more people to help you than you think. You're not really gonna be completely on your own. I think the idea of college is really pushed that you're trying to be independent and you're gonna do everything yourself. But I think just knowing that you have a lot more support from people than you anticipate.
I remember when I was driving to Murray for the first time to come to school, I had no thoughts in my brain. I was just like, I'm gonna come and unpack my stuff and then I'm just gonna be here. Because I had no direction. And it's partially because I didn't think critically or seriously about college and high school. When you're in high school, think about it seriously.
Right.
And not just as an obligation.
Do you still talk to your high school friends?
I talked to one of my high school friends.
Okay.
And I didn't have that many to begin with, but the other ones I kind of just grew apart for various reasons, which is natural. So I only talk to one really right now.
Because that's the thing is, like, when you move to college, you're gonna find people. If you're not with your high school friends already, but then if they're not in like your major, they're not in like your classes, you're gonna find other people you're gonna spend more time with. The reason it feels like you're gonna be with your friends in high school forever is because you're with them like 8 hours a day. It's the same relationship you would have like with your siblings. You live with these people for years.
Yes.
And then it's like, yeah, but then you can just move out.
Well, and it's funny because in high school, I think if I had been in high school forever, I would have been friends with people, those people forever. But once you grow as people, and some people don't really mature, that makes it more difficult, I think.
Because I go to a college town,
Right.
a lot of people are disappointed they're at Murray State. I get the vibes. And so they want to pretend they're not. And so whenever they see someone from high school, they don't want to talk to them because they want to live in this fantasy where they're like, I mean, I know it sounds crazy.
Such a great way to describe it.
But it's true though. I'm not crazy. I'm not.
I am still friends and talk with literally all of my like close friends from high
I
school.
think you're the first person who said that.
One of the people from high school, he is my roommate, so
Right.
talk with him quite a bit.
I would hope so.
But a lot of my friend group from high school went off to the military, so it is difficult to keep in touch with them, but I try.
So from high school, I had two of like my closest friends that go to Murray, and I am living with both of them next semester. I've lived with each of them for a year so far. So I mean, I've kept in touch with people from high school pretty well. I had like a core group of friends in high school that we just kind of like really still talk. I don't see all of them all the time because some of them went to different schools.
Sure.
But we still like talk regularly.
You can't just walk up to the person and assume they're the same. Some people from high school you can still try to be friends with, but honestly, the whole point of college is breaking out. I mean, you can have that one really good friend from high school and you can hang out with them, but don't make them your main friend, if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
You have to grow as a person, and sometimes you guys both need a little space.
Do you have any tips for finding friends?
Find a club you like, and that is the easiest way to make a friend. Like, just go to a club. Don't sit there and not talk to anyone. Talk to people. Get someone's phone in contact that you think is chill. Be like, hey, you're cool. Let me get your number. Unless they're the opposite gender. That's weird.
Find a club, just be part of some group of people. I've never been the type of person to like randomly make friends or go up to people, so that really helps me. But of course, if somebody is more extroverted, honestly, you can just talk to people too. But I'm not good at that, so I stick to clubs and stuff like that.
Join a club. A lot of freshman classes will force you to work in groups for like such a reason, especially like in your major.
I joined a sorority, so I'm in Delta Zeta, and going through sorority recruitment, I was automatically like, I'm probably not the sorority girl type. Like, that did not seem like something that I was like into, but I was gonna give it a try and just see, and I ended up making like really amazing friends there, and so that's a good way.
I would not suggest a fraternity or a sorority. They will just part you with your money. Join a club. Talk to people in your gen ed classes. Be open to getting to know people. The reason why I say talk to people in your gen ed classes is because whenever you get to your major, you're gonna have a very small like subsection of the population that are very similar to you. It's like, as a computer science major, everyone in my on all my classes now are computer science people. There's a type of person that goes into computer science, and in your gen ed, everyone has to take them, so you're able to talk to different types of people, and you might be able to make different types of friends than just a bunch of nerds in computer science class.
Do you have any like actual practical tips for like starting conversation in gen ed classes? I've had a lot of experiences where just like nobody talks. Like the teacher talks and then everyone just kind of silently files out of the classroom.
Yeah, I think that's a modern problem caused by cell phones, to be honest.
That's fair.
Because why would you talk to the person next to you when you can talk to your people that you already know on your phone? So what you have to do is just talk to them anyways.
I feel like a lot of your advice is just suck it up and do it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a lot of life.
That's fair.
So, yeah, just sit down next to them and be like, "Hi, what's your name?" You know.
Yeah.
Just pretend their phone's not there.
You need to have people to eat lunch with.
You do need to have people to eat lunch with.
It doesn't matter who they are. You walk down the street, grab a bunch of random people, put them in a group chat. No, that's what we did. That's what we did our freshman year.
Oh my
and it was so
gosh.
fun. No, it was so fun. And you just have to get along with one person, really.
Right.
And you can operate as a table.
Yeah.
No, because I got recruited into this friend group. I was already friends with someone in there. And then the other day, he saw me in Winslow and he ushered me over. And then a huge table of friends, they magically appeared.
Oh my gosh.
No.
That's amazing.
My best friend Kirsten, we met over Instagram.
How did that happen?
There was an account created called Murray State Class of 2024 when
Okay.
we were incoming freshmen.
Right.
And we could submit photos and sort of an introductory paragraph.
Okay.
And they'd post it as ways to meet people before you got on campus. Yeah, literally, I
Yeah.
just slid into Kirsten's DMs. I was like, you look like fun.
I guess it worked.
It worked out, yeah.
How has college changed you? And would you say that is a positive change?
Oh
So
yeah,
there's, okay.
big difference. High school me was not confident in anything. And also high school me was a lot skinnier.
Yeah.
So I've gained some weight and I've gained some confidence, and I feel like I've made myself a more social person, even if sometimes it's still a little intimidating.
I led ACS this year,
Right.
and that's the Murray State tradition. That's a really big deal. So putting together a song and dance, if you told me that in high school, I was gonna be putting together a song and dance for 50 college girls, I would have been like, that's silly.
Definitely helped me realize that all those little things you were obsessed about in middle school or high school, like social problems and stuff like that, they don't really matter.
They really don't.
They don't. It's all about being the best person you can be.
Right.
Not comparing yourself to others. Because when you go to college, so many different types of people. And a lot of, especially as we get older, you see a lot more people own who they are. This is the type of person I am, I'm confident, and I'm beautiful in my own way. And so you really do see that there's not an it group you have to fit into,
Right.
unless you join a sorority. Then that's a different story.
Okay.
But being in college, it's definitely made me realize that there's a whole world out there.
Again, I say I'm an extrovert now.
Right.
I was very I talk when talked to. I don't go after anyone to talk or anything like that. And now I'm just hey, you with the face. You're going to
face.
talk to me until you like me.
Do you have a favorite memory of college so far?
Sneaking into an exchange party.
Okay.
Guys, I recommend this. It's a lot of fun. So basically, I went to Baptist Campus Ministry,
Yeah, BCM.
BCM with Boaz. We just decided, screw it, let's go. So we weren't supposed to be there, I don't really think.
There was other white people there. There were other white people.
There were 20 out of
Yeah.
300 people or so.
Something like that.
So it was just a really fun experience, because whenever we got to the party, they gave us these little stickers, and they were like, "Oh, here you go. Here's the sticker. Write your name, what name you want us to call you, and the country you're from." And I was like, I'm just going with Hayden, and I'm not gonna write a country.
There you go.
But I ended up getting in, and it was a lot of fun. I met my girlfriend that night too, so that also makes that a little more better memory.
Make it a better memory,
Yeah.
I think.
Getting a girlfriend.
The first thing that comes to mind is when we climbed St. Paul's.
God.
And I fell down the stairs 3 times. But just getting to go to Europe was pretty epic. I've seen how different it is from the US. Big highlight, orange Fanta.
So good.
It's so good over there.
With my club, I've been able to have like the freedom to kind of organize whatever I had wanted. So we did a slam poetry night with a bongo.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, like we had people like literally just, oh, it was so funny. People did apple bottom jeans with the bongo. We had a dog party. Well, it's a D-O-double-G party because it was on 420.
Right, of course.
So we played Snoop Dogg, and then we had everyone bring their dog. Like, you know, just wild stuff. Anything you can imagine can happen at college.
Whenever we all rolled out to Garden of the Gods, that was pretty cool.
That was a really good time.
And I thought you were insane because you were like, I'm gonna go climb the Camel Rock, and then you walked down there.
That was sketchy.
I watched,
that was sketchy.
I watched you climb it. I was like, I'm looking away. I don't want to see a dude die today. You came back over and you were like, I was like, how are you gonna get back up? I haven't thought of that yet. So my first impression of you was you were a little crazy.
I've heard that from a couple of people. What would you do differently if you could restart college with the knowledge you have now?
Avoid women. Avoid women.
Okay. Avoid women. Anything else?
Go to the gym. More.
I mean,
it sounds super dumb. Trying to date in college was really weird for me because it was like, well, where I really learned how I wanted to date was like through just having more friends, and like, yes, some of those friends were women. I'm like, I do like, wow. Yeah, no, but it's like I would talk to women. I'm like, I like you, but I'm not gonna date you because I don't want what you want. And I knew that before going into it. Whereas like if you're just like Tinder, trying to get a relationship in Tinder, it's like everyone's lying. Sure. You know, or as like most people are lying. It's really hard to like get through that.
I would have done more my freshman year because I did nothing pretty much. I went to class, I came back to my room, I got some food, and then I played a bunch of video games, and then I passed out. I would say I really regret not doing more during that time because not only is it pretty lame, it also negatively impacted my mental health quite a bit.
People always say, like, don't spend any time in your dorm. Like, you don't want to, you know, just sit in your room all day in college. And I would definitely take that to heart and just go out there and just try things, even if it wasn't something that I think would pan out.
There's not really much I want to go back on.
Right.
Like a lot of the stuff I did, I made friends like you and Hayden, which all mean a lot to me. I've met my girlfriend. Like there's not a lot I would change.
I probably would have not switched majors so many times if I had just known what I wanted to do. Start of school is elementary ed, then I was FCS, so that was family consumer science, like life skills type stuff, and then I realized I don't know how to cook, so, or talk about babies, so I was like, that was the entire major, and I was like, that sounds so fun, I know none of that, and there was no classes that were going to teach me how to do it, they were just like, we hope you just know how to do that.
With the sorority, I would definitely kind of approach that more cautiously than I did. I just kind of signed up and went with it. You definitely need to think about that more because it is a really big commitment. I wish I had gotten to my minor a little early maybe because I didn't know what I wanted my minor to be at first. I knew my major, but I had my minor as film studies for a while, but I never got into it. And then I was like, oh, I'll do theater instead, more hands-on. But I also missed like a whole couple seasons of theater that I could have been like involved in. I could have been doing stuff. They have, I mean, they're just really fun people.
Do you have any final messages to the audience?
Make all the decisions you make come from you. 100% your decision. That way, like, if it goes wrong or if it goes good, you can blame yourself or you could congratulate yourself. You know, don't make it because your parents said so. A lot of people go to college because their parents are like, you should be a doctor or you should be an accountant. Don't be an accountant. Don't be an accountant. We don't need any more. Who keeps saying we do? No. But just be your own person. That's the whole point of college.
College is better than high school. A lot better.
A lot better.
So it's not for everybody, but if you're thinking maybe, you know, you can always give it a shot for like a semester, and then if you don't like it, you can drop out and join the military or do something else. Like it's not, you're not set if you decide to go for a semester.
Right.
They want you to think you are, but you're not.
I would say if you're a college freshman and you're not like on the weekends on campus trying to do stuff or participating in club meetings, you will regret it later. If you're a freshman or a sophomore or whatever, and you know you feel like you still haven't found your people, or at least people that you can spend time with, I wouldn't worry about that either, because you still have time. But I just think the biggest thing is to make the most, because you really don't get that much time in college. It might seem like a lot, but it passes really quickly. So I would just say make the most of your time.
Savor it. It goes by so fast.
It goes by so fast.
So fast. Get involved on campus. Join student groups. Be yourself. You know, you got room to be yourself. There's more people here.
There's a lot more people here.
More people here with more things you have in common. You don't have to be stuck with the people you went to high school with. Branch out. And yeah, just, you know, have fun.
College is fun. Eat lots of snacks with your flex money. There you go.
Make sure you use all the flex.
Use all your flex money, because it's not real money and it's gone.
The Monopoly money must be
It's
spent.
Monopoly money and it goes away.
Find something you like and stick with that major. I've talked with many people who have bounced from major to major and they're in college for years. It's not a good thing to do. And most of the people I know who have come into college, like changed majors once, have just loved it. I've enjoyed my major from start to almost. I'm almost at the finish line now, just 1 year left. And I've always liked it. You like your major from what I can tell. Exactly.
It's really nice.
Like changing your majors once is fine, but like doing it too many times gets iffy.
A lot of people are gonna cope and say that, I can go to trade school and make as much as like an engineer starting. The main reason to sacrifice this and like use your brain, and not just like, not to say like, oh, electricians and plumbers are dumb. No, so like we need that. We need people to do that. And if that's what you want to do, that's great, because that is something that needs to be done. There needs to be people on the ground who do that work.
Yeah.
But you can't cope and say, oh, I'm gonna make more than you.
Right.
In the end, you're gonna make more money using your brain, like doing something that other people like can't do. That's where you make the most money, is when you're filling a service that no one else is filling. And again, it's like a lot of people are using their brains in the engineering field, but we need more to do that. And then you still need the people on the ground who are willing to put like their back into it, you know, quote unquote. So that was one thing, is like when you start engineering and you're like, oh man, I should have done an electrician degree and started $80K a year. It's like, yeah, but you know what an engineer doesn't have to do? They don't have to get up at like 2 a.m. when a tree crashes on a line and then go out there. And you're like, you're on call, and you have all this like danger. OSHA.
If you have any questions that weren't answered in this video, please drop them in the comments down below, and I'll try to get back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.